Today I want to talk to you about the rebates, the Ontario rebates, the new rebates that just came in. I want to talk about the differences between the new ones and the old ones, so there's no confusion, and what you can expect. So the new rebates just came into effect in the last few weeks, and they are being organized by the government and combined with Enbridge. And Enbridge is basically giving incentives for you to buy heat pumps or other things too as well. So this rebate program is geared mainly around things such as heat pumps, and those are pretty much the bigger rebates that are happening, but basically focus around energy efficiency in general. So there's a whole list of things that the rebates are covering, just like the last rebates. The rebates are not going to be as much as they were in the past. That was kind of a mistake that the government had made, and they ran out of money very quickly. It will be very unlikely that we'll ever see rebates like that happening again. But there is some incentives now, and the incentives right now are on average between $1,000 to $1,500 is the majority of homes when you get a heat pump. But there's other things also that you can get with this rebate program. You can do insulation on your you can do attic insulation. You can do basement insulation. You can do air sealing. You can do even a heat pump water heater, which is kind of something that a lot of people don't know about. And they're kind of interesting new technology and new appliances that have come out. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in addition to the heat pump. And if you want a list of those, you can DM me. My contact will be below, and I can send you a copy of the PDF with all the list of everything that you can do. So that being said, what do you need to do? So if you're familiar with the past rebates, you have to get an energy assessment or an energy audit done on your home. And what that does is basically it's a home inspector group or someone who's very qualified will come into your home. He's going to do an assessment. He's going to see where you're leaking. They're going to let you know how you can improve the efficiency of your home through sealing, through insulation, all that type of stuff. Changing to a heat pump. So those are all things that you'll be able to do. Now, the difference between this program and the other program, other than the fact that the rebates will be significantly less than what the last rebates were, but you also have to do two things compared to the last rebate where you only have to do one thing. So you could do a heat pump and that's it, and then get your rebate. Here you have to do a heat pump and you have to do something else. So some attic insulation, you can top it up, but there's a rebate for that too as well. So some people are having to do that, for instance, and they're topping it up, and they're not really having to pay too much difference, and sometimes even breaking even, on how much they're actually paying for the insulation. I've even heard some people are actually getting some money back after they've done the insulation. So after what they paid, so they're actually going to benefit from it. So that being said, once you've done the first initial audit, you'll have all the model numbers and everything of the equipment that you have now, the old equipment, and then only then can you then book your appointment to have all the work done. Once you've got all the work done, you got to call that energy auditor back, and he will come back and assess what you've done. And you have to make sure you have everything done, because you can't go back and do it afterwards. So once you have it all done, you call him, he comes back, takes a look at it, helps you fill out the paperwork, helps you send it off, and basically you'll get your check in the mail short time after. So that being said, you will have to pay for this energy auditor, and they're on average between $600 to $700, sometimes $750-ish I've heard them be a little bit more, but usually on average 600 to 700 range right now for those auditors. And the good news is that Enbridge is giving you $600 towards that. So, you know, a good chunk of that's going to be paid for anyways. So there you have it. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. When it comes to the heat pumps and all the equipment on the program, there's very specific heat pumps that you can get. So it's not like you can just go out and buy any heat pump. It's very, very specific. They're pretty much the whole climate heat pumps. And everybody's pretty much selling the same heat pumps. So I guess I got to give you a tip on this in this video. And the biggest tip I can give you is to make sure, and this is extremely, extremely important, these heat pumps are super, super sophisticated, and they have a lot of extra components to them. They're a lot more technical, and they have a lot more components, and you've got to have a lot more knowledge when you're installing these, and especially setting them up. I know that because the company that I work for, we do have refrigeration mechanics that do all of our heat pumps. But however, the problem in the industry is that a lot of companies don't have refrigeration guys, and they're using gas fitters to do their work. So, you know, the majority of the time, they're not being installed correctly. They're not being set up correctly. So it's very, very critical that the unit, when it gets installed, it's installed correctly. It's a very, very common saying in this industry: the most important day of the life of the unit is the day it's installed. And there's a reason why that is such a famous expression in the HVAC industry. So I urge you to make sure you do your due diligence, make sure the company that you're choosing does have refrigeration mechanics and they do know what they're doing, because this will help save you a lot of money, possibly down the road. And not only that, it's a lot of aggravation having to deal with this. We have a lot of customers, new customers, that we helped fix their systems because they weren't installed correctly or they weren't set up correctly. And in many cases, in some cases, it was like many thousands of dollars in order to fix the big problems that the previous company did. So this is why I'm saying it's very, very important to make sure that you nail that down, get the right person. You know, and even from my own field experience, I've seen so much shoddy work. And one thing those customers always say when we ask is, why did you choose a company? And the answer they give is usually two answers: lowest price, or two, they claim to be the best. They claim that they knew what they were doing. They told me they had licensed refrigeration guys, but then afterwards I found out it was only the owner that had a refrigeration license, and all the technicians didn't have a refrigeration license. And that is extremely common in this industry. So once again, one of the reasons why I'm on this channel is to help bring awareness and help consumers make educated decisions. I hope that you learned something. I appreciate you watching to the end. I'm just going to ask you, go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want, support me, support my channel.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching to the very end. If you like my video, please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And until the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.